We hope you enjoy this clip. Before you watch it, please hit that subscribe button.
How would you approach, hypothetically, if you were in Miami right now, how would you approach a guy like Tatum defensively?
Man, I don't know how many times. I also wonder if guys watch film. You know, like if anybody knows, like if Jayson Tatum has the ball in his left hand, there's probably a 95% shot or chance that he's going to shoot it. Like time after time, he would come off and he'd either jab step and just shoot it, or he'd come off as he left hand and do his little step back, or just rise up and shoot it. And it was blowing me away that nobody knew that he was going to shoot it. I was like, y'all are playing 2 feet below the line. The dude's got 30 already. Sorry, that was me going off on a tangent about watching the playoffs from home. Yeah, if you're Miami, I think you just crowd them. You got to take, like we said earlier with the Joker thing, you got to take something away. You know, you can't give them threes. You can't give them 8, 9, 10 attempts from three, 8 to 10 free throws, and then be able to get to the rim too. You know, I think he had a dunk early in the game. Really just was playing so comfortable. You have to be physical. That's part of the thing with all these guys on offense, at least from my perspective. If you let them hang dribble, tween behind, it's just basically they're working out. Like they're just having a summer workout on the court. Like those are the times in the games during the year, like usually middle of the year, where body starts getting a little tired, and I have to remind myself to kind of climb up into guys to get them off rhythm. That's probably the only thing I could think of, because I mean he can go right, he can go left, he can play off the post. He's going to score. You know, you just have to try and. I think I would try and take away the threes over the top.
Yeah, I mean, PJ not being there probably hurts Miami to a degree.
Yeah.
Caleb, of course, will guard him some. I wonder how much Jimmy will guard him. I think that'd be a fascinating matchup to see. But I agree with you. I think the comfort thing is big. It goes back to like certain players. I don't understand why you ever play drop coverage against them. I'm like, no, that's their comfort zone. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna either snake dribble.
They work on that for 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm watching Austin Reeves play against drop coverage, and I'm like, what do you think Phil Handy and have been doing every day for the last 6 months? Like this guy's gonna kill you in drop coverage. Make him uncomfortable. You got to live with whatever the consequence of being up in the pick and roll or potentially switching. Like the comfort thing is so important this time of year. I'm glad you touched on that.
Yeah, I mean that's a big thing too. Is like throwing different coverages at guys, throwing different looks at guys, just because. You know, the same thing with, like you said, you let them get a rhythm offensively one-on-one, but if you give them the same look all night, they're going to figure it out. Eventually, they're going to figure out what move I can get to. Okay, he's going to play off. I'm going to come off, get to the post, get the switch, and now go one-on-one or something like that. Like you got to blitz them every now and then. You might even throw it back and hedge once or twice. Playing the drop, be up to touch. Like you got to switch it up on guys that are elite scorers. Like you can't keep throwing the same thing at them.
Alex, now that you're first team all defense guy, I wanted to ask this year who your toughest cover was.
Toughest cover, I think it's probably I think it was probably Donovan Mitchell or D-Book. I think those guys just like I think they're 3-level scorers. They're strong. They shoot the ball well from three, and they're just kind of unpredictable. You know, there are certain guys that play in the league that have tendencies and have certain spots that they like to get to and certain spots that they almost never shoot shots. Those guys shoot it from three, shoot it off the dribble from three, play at the rim, play to get fouls, play in the mid-range, play off pivots. Like, they were two of the guys that I think probably were the hardest to guard.
Donovan Mitchell and Devin Booker, according to Alex Caruso, have the deepest bags in the NBA.
That's okay. You're the worst.
Lock it in.
That's what you just said.
Clutch points.
I'm not disagreeing. Tomorrow. They've got deep bags. I don't know why. Like you just. We hope you had fun with us today. We hope you laughed. We hope you had fun with us today. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button.